Hey, you right, guys, Truth Punches Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 2 of How to Get Away with Murder season 5. Sorry I'm a little bit late with this one. I slept in kind of late because I was up till like 4 in the morning last night, unfortunately, editing and stuff. But yeah, I loved the first episode. I won't say I loved it. I think it was a really good start to the season. There's some interesting aspects in it, but I'm curious if the payoff to this like flash forward is going to be worth it, because to me and a few other people as well I've seen comment, it does feel like a kind of, rehash of season 3. Obviously different circumstances and stuff, but it's just like guess who's dead kind of thing. And if every flash forward they're like crossing someone off who it might not be, it will be pretty much the same as season 3. But it won't be as big a character as Wes was, so it'll just be like well, it might be, but I just don't think it will be. We'll see. That's not to say I don't like the flash forward. It feels like a little copy. Well, I don't know. We'll see. There was one of the... Oh, yeah, the new character. I think he's really interesting. The best new character we've ever had in the show, for sure. So hopefully you'll get more of him in this episode as well. And we'll see what happens with him. So if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe. And I am doing full uncut reactions to every episode of How to Get Away with Murder. So if you're interested in that, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below, as well as Twitter, Instagram and Discord if you want to check out any of those. But for now, my friends, let's go. Is that all we're getting? Come on. I know they'll show more at the end, but...
Where do you want this?
Oh, here.
Oh, she's got a new place. New place to work, finally.
Costs as much as it weighs?
Yes, and I earned it.
You threw your work shirt in with my laundry.
I did.
You owe me a new blouse.
Hurry, you'll be late for class.
Oh, you mean that class you didn't get into?
Actually, I'm over that.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. Because I'm a resilient and creative individual. There's a plan B that is going to make all of you super jelly.
Right.
You owe me tuition the way I'm schooling you out here.
Frank, you can't just investigate everyone. Well, he probably can, but... A flip-up phone in 2018. Maybe that's why it was a flip-up phone. Can't be doing none of that stuff. Foul rank.
Now, who can fill Mr. Crawford in on our first client? Miss Navarro, assistants of counsel. It is on us to prove that the public defender screwed up. And it's only then that the judge will vacate the plea and give Nanda the trial that was denied to her the first time around.
You've all missed the obvious. Nanda's court records show that she wrote her own appeal from prison. That proves that her shoddy lawyer never explained to her that you can't appeal a plea once you've signed it. As such, I say we put the shoddy lawyer on the stand and shame him into admitting he failed when he forgot to tell you.
I'm going to be straight up and honest, it feels so weird not having Asha in that room.
He didn't, right?
But I like that it's more realistic that she's not playing favourites.
Who killed Ellie? Good. Stick to that story.
Can you teach me or not? No, I'll pay you. I can't teach you because it's not possible. The whole point of having a flip phone is to avoid being cloned, hacked, or monitored by someone
That's
like
why I
you.
have a flip phone.
Say hello to our new enemy. Mitch Donaldson was Nanda's public defender, and it's his soul I have to crush in court. 4K? No way.
Oh,
What? You don't want the money?
you think this case is about money? It's about genocide. Thousands of Rohingya Muslims have been murdered and sent to concentration camps, but Nanda escaped. Except now she's locked up in what's supposed to be the freest country in the world. You're messed up if you're worried about the prize right now.
Yo, he's sick. I'm sorry. I do think he's hiding stuff, yes, but...
Thank you, Gabriel. I mean, Miss Price.
That phased me.
Yeah, I don't think the person likes you very much. Never speak to me again.
Okay, well that's not going to happen, so...
What did I tell you?
Sad plastic cups.
You should go.
Do you know her? I'm not.
An innocent woman spent years in prison because of your ineptitude, not mine.
And it was your arrogance that made you think you can fix an unjust system. Mr. Donaldson, enough.
Well, now you tell him to shut up.
Continue, counsel.
represented Nanda Hashim. Did she tell you that she
Yeah,
only married her wife for a green
Michaela's
card?
getting-
Objection! Blacker Foundation, Miss Montoya hasn't laid any basis to present out-of-court evidence about Miss Hashim's marriage.
Ms. Hashim's student visa application. Under marital status, Ms. Hashim checked widowed and listed her deceased husband's name as Raju Hashim. Nothing
Why
further.
do they lie every time?
But our marriage was the most real thing I have ever known.
So my pitch.
Like I can remember.
This is my case. I didn't approve of any change in
Thomas
strategy.
It's a good thing I'm not
Stability.
looking for your approval.
Oh,
Dig into
da,
Josh
da,
and
da,
Hannah
da,
and
da.
find any pattern of threatening behavior in their past.
I'm not Bonnie. I'm not going to stand here and let you bully me.
Well, there's a difference between bullying and teaching.
A difference you clearly don't understand. It's why Bonnie left you, why
Oh
everyone
my
knew.
You know
God.
what? If you keep talking, you're gonna see what a real bully looks like.
Who's Bonnie?
Look into Josh and Hannah with Christopher.
Apparently not.
Ah,
Hey,
Asher, is it?
Who's with the baby?
Oh, Frank.
that's because you made me feel comfortable.
He's kind of adorable,
I think it has
but
something to do with your face.
they could be adorable. I don't know. There you go, mate. Who actually is she?
You don't get to be married.
Really, Frank? With my child in the house?
He was asleep and I had the baby monitor on.
Yeah, while you were banging some stranger.
We did it all the time. What's the big deal?
Frank, you did not.
Ilya, 1933.
Of course, I'm an idiot. Do you need to go?
How's the new place?
Great. You should come over for dinner.
I would love that.
Mad.
She was engaged to a bi guy.
Oliver.
Throwback.
None of this helps our case.
Why are you so curious, Gaby?
Because it's interesting.
Bi-curious, maybe. You're to a whole bunch of other norms, like acting your age, settling
He's like,
down.
yeah.
Aren't you about to settle down?
Yeah, but because I'm in love with my boo, not because of any societal pressure.
Oh my
Sounds pretty
God.
good, doesn't it, Gabe?
Oliver,
Oh, Asher, don't be an idiot.
And when did the abuse with the councilman finally end?
When I was 15,
Why?
I got pregnant.
You ain't just turned into a murder trial. You ready to handle that?
I destroyed that public defender. I just need to do the same thing with this little bigot.
Oh my God, Michaela, you're getting so...
Okay.
What?
God forbid I bully you into doing something that feels unfair, so it's up to you. I mean, you
If
let
she
me take
messes
over
up-
and get a man who's been successfully lying to the world for years to crack on the stand, or you can handle it.
Have radicalized our communities, and no one stops them. You want your child praying to Allah instead of Jesus? That's despicable.
I agree. Why'd you write it?
I didn't.
Mike, did you feel abandoned by your mommy?
You are worse than the rest of
Was
them.
it just hate? Because your mother chose to love a brown woman instead of you?
You are a stain on this country, just like her.
Okay, well, there you go, mate. Time to go to prison.
Guard, you're being released.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, God. Thank you, Anais.
It was a team effort.
Oh, I should give Michaela some credit. See you later. Dude.
You did good.
That was all you.
Well, you knew what you didn't know, and you admitted it. That's what grown-ups do.
But, yeah. She did it, but not gone that way.
Okay, bro, this is now creepy.
Your speech is gonna tank.
What?
Sure.
I saw the copy on Bonnie's desk, and pardon my French, but it makes you look like Denver's little bitch boy.
Okay, it did.
The only way that she's gonna see that you are your own man with your own voice and your own balls.
Are you done?
Wait,
Fair
that's not bad
play.
advice. There's a lot more where that came from.
You're hired. On a
Hey,
trial basis.
Asher has
You win,
something.
and you're out.
Not bad for a millennial, huh?
Finally, because he... Asher still I still love Asher. I think he still needs his own story, obviously.
I put my purple shirt in with your whites on purpose.
I knew it.
I mean, the both of us want you to be our other best man.
Say yes.
Let's say yes.
Do I get to pick out my own outfit?
Deal. And once another's more.
Oh, I don't want that little moments like this.
She likes you. Winter bottom. Don't deny it. Finding this crap out is my job.
She tell you that?
Be a good guy. She deserves it.
I agree.
He seemed alright. I wasn't sure. Hopefully he's not a complete idiot. No, used that as a little tactic. I love that.
What are you doing here? I live across the hall. What are you doing here? My roommate kicked me out. This guy who told me about this place.
Saved my ass.
Oh my god, Frank.
Is there a
Yep.
name for that servo move?
Unbelievable.
I call it the Hurricane Francis. I can do it. Tell your roommate Gabriel he can't live with you anymore.
Oh.
Wait, what about your apartment if I do it at the better view? Not too late to trade. No, yours.
Hey, it's me. I finally found a way into the kid's head.
What does the one mean? He's talking to Neo.
Denver was his mentor.
He doesn't know anything.
How do you know that? Because he's nice to you, calls you pretty?
I didn't need to tell you any of this.
You know what this reminds me of?
This reaction is why no one is ever honest with you.
Sam. You always want men you can't
He's
have.
nothing
Oh my
like
God.
Sam.
How do you know he's not playing you?
Because I spent the last 3 months getting to know him.
Falling for him.
He's falling for me.
How did this
That
happen?
is why I trust him, because if he saw what was in my file, he'd want nothing to do with me.
Oh my god. I love Bonnie. I'm glad she's like such an integral part of this story because she was barely in the last one. Or was it season 3 she was barely in? There's one of them where she just was non-existent.
We're all set.
Any suspects?
Just her.
Who's this, Ford. God damn it. Do we know that person? Wait, what? Wait. What?
Come, puppy. We need another dance.
What's she seen? Kayla's seen something.
What were you saying about Nate? Whose blood is that?
Yeah. Ha.
Whose blood is that, Bonnie? Bonnie, tell me whose blood it is.
Huh. Bonnie. Bonnie's like a huge part of this season so far. Love it. Okay, there we go, guys. That is episode 2 of How to Get Away with Murder, season 5. Fantastic episode. I'd probably say better than the premiere. Like straight up, I think my only real thing is the flash forwards. I'm just not sure if it'll be a good payoff. It probably will because the writers of this show are insanely talented, obviously. So I'm sure it will. I'm just like, I think this is the least I've been invested in a flash forward out of all the seasons so far. But that could change. It's only episode 2, so only judging from those first 2 episodes, of course. But this was great. Like I love what every character is doing, pretty much. Like Frank investigating Gabriel, is it the new character, who's great, by the way. Just pointing that out there yet again. Gabriel's a great character, but Frank set him up in a house that's. It wasn't Wes's old place, but it's in the same like what do you call it, like construction as where Wes was, and he set up all the cameras, and then the woman that he slept with actually had a plan for that. So yeah, I guess the flip phone thing made it harder for him to because I pointed out like who has a flip phone in 2018? Maybe old people, but like there'll be a young person watching this video and I'll be like, I have a flip phone, but I'm sorry, okay. But yeah, I love that. So Gabriel, I do think is hiding some stuff because they wouldn't have Frank investigating him if Frank wasn't going to find something eventually. So curious what it will be. But either way, what Frank's doing and Gabriel, both fantastic. I love that Annalise has got a like new place to work out of and a new house, because I didn't really like that too much about season 4. It made sense, obviously, that she had to set up in this kind of lousy apartment place, and it made some like intense scenes like the elevator scene and stuff. But I'm just glad she has her own place again. I'm still curious where this therapist is, like from last season. Like if he was a little part of it, then I'd be okay with it. But he was such a huge part of that season, and they've not even mentioned him or anything. Like, it just I don't know. It's just weird to me. I don't know. But yeah, what Annalise is doing great as well. I loved that the actual case. It felt like one of the old seasons, like seasons 1 or 2, where they were taking on like a case every week, which sometimes doesn't always work because then you'd have an episode that the case was a bit boring or bad. But the case here, it just reminded me of like the good ones. I won't say a great one. It was an okay case, but it wasn't a bad one either. Of like the first couple of seasons, which I really liked that as well. And then Michaela being by Annalise's side, like going in to do it, and also Michaela admitting when she knew she wouldn't be able to handle breaking that guy Josh, I think his name was. So bit of development for her when she was being all cocky for the first half of this episode. So that was good. Oliver and Connor, they're just kind of planning their wedding, doing their thing. Laurel as well, she's just trying to look after a baby, which makes sense. But I'd say those three, to be fair, Connor is a really good character so far this season, but their stories, I'd say, are the least interesting at the moment. They'll obviously have moments later on because it's mainly Michaela's episode. Well, in the term of the Keaton 4, it was Michaela was the main one. And then Asher as well. He didn't really do much. He was just kind of bimbling around trying to get to internship. He got it eventually, which I'm glad. I think it would have been annoying if it just dragged out of him trying to get his own story and his own job. But they've done something. It feels weird that he's not with the main crew. But like I said in the episode, I'm glad because she would have definitely been picking favourites if she just brought them all along. So maybe you could really develop Asher's character as well. We'll see. And then Nate as well, and the Nate and Bonnie stuff, like what's all that story, like Nate investigating it, and then Bonnie, like I said, having more integral parts of the story. Love everything that's happening there, so that's really good. Yeah, this was a very strong episode. I'd probably say better than episode 1 as well. We didn't get as much of Gabriel as we did in the first one, but it was a lot of Frank, like kind of leading up to investigating him. So that's I'm just curious where that'll go, and Gabriel will find out surely. But yeah, rating the episode, I'm going to go... I can't remember what I gave the first episode, but I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I think I gave the last one a 7 point something, so this one was a little bit better. I'll go an 8 out of 10. Just fantastic acting, writing. It didn't have the most intense scenes, but just in terms of like the stories that's going on and the development, I love it. So, yeah, it just feels like classic How to Get Away with Murder. Love it. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you do want the uncut reaction to every episode, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below. And I will see you. Warning for next week, I'm in London when it airs, so I won't actually be able to record it unless I find like a small amount of time to do it. Like if I get up super early or something. But I might not have the time to record episode 3, so it might be the week after. Just a heads up. But yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.